Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be today. Welcome to today's Demo Jam focused on small business apps. Today is November 17, 2016, and my name is Joshua Hoskins. I'm a Salesforce MVP and also the Director of Product at Talent River. Joining me today, I've got my fellow Salesforce MVP, Jeff, and I've also got Andrew from the AppExchange marketing team. Say hi, guys.
Hey, Joshua. Good to be with you today.
Hey guys, happy to be filling for Amanda today. Always enjoy being part of the Demo Jam.
Great. So today's webinar will be recorded as always. It will be available on the YouTube channel. Please feel free to follow along on Twitter using the hashtag #AppDemoJam. And as always, ask your questions in the chat window over to the right. Or if you happen to be on Twitter, absolutely you can include the hashtag with hashtag #AppDemoJam if you have questions. All of your questions will be queued up until the demo for that particular partner is over, and then we'll ask some of the questions that you might have for the presenters and get going. So today's participants of the Demo Jam actually include 5 people. So we've got ClearSlide, Map Anything, 11/7, Ingenious, and DrawLoop. Happy to have you guys, and I'm going to throw it over to Jeff, and he's going to explain the rules, and we'll get started.
Awesome. Thanks, Joshua. So there are only a couple of rules to this whole thing. Each of the demoers has only 3 minutes to show us everything that their app can do, or at least the best of it. We can do no slides. So this is all around demoing. That's hence the name Demo Jam. And we're going to pick one winner. Actually, we're not going to. You guys out there in the audience are. So at the end, we're going to have a survey that you can go through, and you'll be able to pick who the winner is today based on what you see in the Demo Jam. We ask that if you work for any of the companies demoing today, you guys cannot vote. But everybody else in the world can vote one time, and no other rules really need to be mentioned. We just need to go and get into Demo Jam territory. So Joshua, over to you for the first one.
Sure. So joining us for the first contestant, we've got ClearSlide. So ClearSlide improves customer-facing web, email, and face-to-face interactions from Sales and Service Cloud using rich media, and it provides a real-time visibility and analytics to the customer engagement for both the sellers and the sales leaders. Joining us today, we have Chris, and Chris is going to tell us how ClearSlide actually works. Over to you, Chris. You've got 3 minutes starting now.
All right, thanks, Joshua. I'm going to start out by showing our email pitch feature associated with this lead. When I click the email pitch button, what happens is that we preload that lead name and email address into a template here. And of course, we can also load filtered lead lists, so we can literally scale up these email campaigns to hundreds, if not thousands of people. And I could pick whatever content makes sense. We've got some advanced features such as view alerts, so any recipient that clicks on the content or the lead, the email I get alerted about, I can then see how the actual template looks and then either send it immediately or schedule it at a future time. And the benefit of doing this is that for sales development reps or inside sales reps, we surface this most engaged leads view list. So this brings to the top the leads with the greatest number of opens for emails and content views. So this makes it really scalable for people in that area to focus on leads that are really most interested in your solution. All right, switching gears to the opportunity object, I'm now going to show our live pitch feature. When I click live pitch, what that does is start an instantaneous sort of virtual meeting. We use what's called a viewer's link, and so in this case, for my demo, it's horizonslides.com/Sandy. There's no software to download, but this allows any recipient hitting that link to immediately see what I'm presenting. Now, from a content perspective, I can have content recommended to me or prescribed based on the sales stage I'm in. Now, in this case, I'm going to keep this as this particular piece of content here. Now, ClearSlide, we work with any kind of digital content. It could be PowerPoint, it could be video, it could be PDFs. This is an example of a video mail created with our mail application, very personalized, short way to send a personal message. Now, for the sake of this demo, I'm going to stop the meeting. We have a nice meeting recap where I can see, okay, how long did I present, who did I present to, You can see I'm aware of the opportunity I came from. I've got a dialogue to recap the meeting and who attended. When I save all this, this data is pushed back into the object. So the whole point here is that for ClearSlide pushing both our engagement activities and time into Salesforce, I can then present to sales leaders. Perfect. We bring together our engagement data with CRM data. So for like sales leaders, this is an example of our engagement quadrant that plots out opportunity size against the total engagement minutes for those opportunities filtered on the parameters on the left. So this really helps sales leaders get a lot more insight about forecast risk. They can drill down into like engagement minutes per stage for each of the opportunities. So this is just an example of our dashboard.
Good job, Chris.
All right, Chris. Great job showing us about ClearSlide. You know, just a couple moments about what we're able to do today is the fact that you're able to merge information from the opportunity or from the lead directly into the email composer and get something out there quickly. But you know, even better, the sort of co-browsing feature that you mentioned for the slides. I think that comes in handy when people need to present sort of branded information consistently to customers. And just following up that you know, recap area is definitely slick. There's so many times where the recaps are not sent out. The slides that actually saw are not sent out. So I think that definitely keeps the conversation going, and it's available there inside of Salesforce for the next person who may get that account, you know, in a month's time or 6 months' time, or maybe another department to see exactly what was there. So great job, Chris. Andrew, what questions do we have out there about ClearSlide?
We have one question here. What's the unique proposition about ClearSlide, and what are the main benefits you would say customers get from it?
Yeah, so what makes ClearSlide unique is that we bring together digital content across 3 communication channels. So there's a lot of point solutions out there. We bring that all together. So we think we're in a very unique position to bring the total engagement time interacting with prospects into Salesforce to give some of the sort of insights that I mentioned before. We're the only vendor in the market doing that. And from a benefits perspective, I would say sales productivity for sales reps, really making it super simple to reach out, connect, and engage with clients, you know, throughout the pipeline. And then for sales leaders, we get a lot of credit for really improving the forecast accuracy that they go through. And then content effectiveness. Marketing gets feedback about what content really is helping progress deals through the sales cycle or not. So I think that's it.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Chris. And over to you, Jeff, for our next contestant.
Sounds good. Hey, next up we've got DrawLoop. DrawLoop exists to connect customers' mission-critical documents to their Salesforce data model and help them accelerate sales, service, invoicing, and account management with all their end customers, as well as partners and suppliers. They do document generation faster, cheaper, and more predictable to enable customer success. And with us today, I got Jim Robertson, who's going to be demoing this to the nth degree. Let's see it in 3 minutes, Jim.
Super. We're going to demo today to Vince, who's one of our prospects. So, hey, Vince, congratulations on your recent deployment of Sales Cloud. Your team's really going to love the new Lightning experience. Want to get started and show you right now how you can automate your mission-critical docs. So the first step from the AppExchange, we provide a simple install wizard that takes minutes. Here you can even get up and running with sample docs. Once we've done that, we're ready to take our Lightning component. So you'll see here, you take the DrawLoop Run DDP, move that over to your opportunity object, and we're ready to go. So let's go ahead to an op. We're in this corporate opportunity. You'll see here, Vince, that we've got 3 products that we're going to present. It's connected to my account, Pacific Northwest. Got my contacts. So what you do there, you'll see our Lightning component. Select your doc packages. You're presented with your available document packages. We're going to run the quote ROI, pick our contact, and then our delivery method. So all this is configurable and set up by your admin. We're going to go ahead and run. So that quote ROI package is pulling in all your product information, opportunity data, your contact, your account, and it's going to present us with a beautiful document to email out. So you'll see here in our component, we can right there compose my email, fire it out with my doc. For now, we're just going to download and take a look at that quote doc. So you'll see here, this is your beautiful document. You control all the formatting in your native Word doc, brought in our products, did an ROI calculator on the next page here.
Wow, that's great. That's amazing. You know, we're also thinking about Salesforce CPQ. Does Draw work with that?
Absolutely. We work with Salesforce CPQ. We actually work with any custom object and any other third-party AppExchange application.
You know what? Salesforce talked to us about Chatter. You know, how does that work with Drawloop?
Great question, Vince. We're going to pop over here to Chatter. You'll see here we posted what we just ran there. You can control whatever messaging or group you want to post to in Chatter, and then we've stored the document that was just created right there in the Chatter feed.
That's perfect. Our COO wanted to save all the documents in Salesforce. Is there any place else we can save documents in Salesforce?
Sure, you can do it at Notes and Attachments. You can also do third-party, Box, Dropbox, Office 365, wherever you need to store those docs.
Great. Last question.
Salesforce
One.
Yeah, good question, Vince. Let's go ahead and pop over to Salesforce One. Here you'll see that same exact quote and ROI document package we ran. It's right here. No need to do any configuration. You configure once and run anywhere you need to. Laptop, mobile device, desktop, ready to go.
Great. This looks amazing.
And look at that. You guys come in right on time. Awesome job. Both Vince and Jim. I apologize. I'm in an airport, so you're going to get a little extra noise here. But I like what I saw. Now, number one, because you guys showed a little bit different look and feel here that, you know, we usually don't see the admin side of it. But the fact that you had a Lightning component, you showed us how easy that was to put it in. That's brilliant. The fact that you can actually run it on mobile and put your document packages together like that is also brilliant. I really like also that you've got it integrated to Chatter so that now, not only when we generate that document, we can always go back and comment in between on that between all the people involved. So awesome job on that demo. Let me turn it over to you, Mr. Gotti, to find out what questions we have from our audience.
Yeah, we do have one. So Jim, the question is there any way we could leverage our existing Excel file with Drawloop into our Salesforce instance?
Yeah, so because we work with all native Office documents, Excel being one of those, you can do two things with your existing Excel docs. You can merge Salesforce data into that Excel file, and then you can also, from that Excel file, move data to any other PowerPoint or Word document, and you can even push that data back into Salesforce. So if you see here, we ran that ROI. If we go quickly into that ROI calculator, if we view into that, you'll see we calc'd an ROI real time when we ran the quote and pushed back that 826% calculated ROI right back into my opportunity.
Awesome deal. Lightning experience, Lightning component, Salesforce One, it's all good. Thank you guys. Awesome job with your demo. Back over to Joshua for the next demo.
Thanks, Jeff. Next up, we've got Ingenious. So Ingenious offers an application called Ingenious Connector Enterprise that connects your phone system directly into Salesforce. It allows users to make and receive calls from within the Salesforce window and to automatically log the information about that call against the appropriate object in Salesforce. Joining us today, we've got Jeff from Ingenious, and he's the Director of Strategic Accounts, and he's just going to show us how genius Ingenious can really be. Over to you, Jeff. You've got 3 minutes starting now.
Thank you for that awesome introduction, Joshua. Good afternoon, everyone. Ingenious Connector Enterprise basically enables you to bring the phone experience into Salesforce so your users can work from a single pane of glass. So what does that look like? With the Lightning experience, it looks amazing. So here I am logged into Salesforce as a regular user. This is the Ingenious Connector Enterprise UI in the bottom left of the screen. Making an outbound call is extremely simple, regardless of whether I'm doing it from a list of accounts, contacts, leads, opportunities, or cases, or from a specific object itself. Any phone number in Salesforce will have this blue phone icon beside it, which means that I can click on the number and make that call outbound. It'll put my phone off hook automatically and make the call. But let's look at what it looks like on an inbound call. So the call comes in. Right away, we do a search across all of your objects in Salesforce. If we find a single match, we're going to pop that record, as you see here. Right away, I can answer the call with context and look at what we spoke about in the past. Once the call is connected, we automatically start logging the duration of the call. I have full phone control from within the Ingenious UI, so I can end the call, I can transfer conference, put the call on hold, etc. Right from the UI, I can actually create new forms on the fly. So if I'm speaking with my friend Roman and I decide that I need to create a case or an opportunity or a custom object, what have you, I can go ahead and click on that icon. It's going to open that new form. I can then save it and then have the call logged, not only against the contact for Roman, but also against that new case that I just created as an example. Right below that, for my subject and notes, I can go ahead and click on what we call a configurable call log template, saving the user time for putting in notes about the calls that they're on. For this particular call, I'm going to say, sure, the customer called in and said their bill was too high, and then I'm going to end the call. When I end the call, I get presented with a call result, again, configurable based on your business needs. I'm going to say the bill was too high. I double click and it ends that call. When we then go back to the record for our friend Roman, what you'll see is that we've automatically logged all that call information directly into Salesforce as a closed phone task. So what you see here is the subject of the call, the due date of the call, the notes that we took about the call. You see that it was an inbound call, and you see the duration of the call. So all that looks good. It's great. But what does it mean?
30 seconds.
Essentially, our customers like LinkedIn, Citrix, and Kellogg's have come back to us and told us that implementing Ingenious Connector Enterprise has helped them increase their users' efficiencies. And from a management perspective, it's allowed them to create reports directly out of Salesforce to give them a complete view of what their users are doing on the phones and how their interactions with their customers are going. So we invite you to look at our app on Salesforce AppExchange. We are a 5-star rated application, and you can also book a demo with our amazing sales team from there as well.
Bingo. All right.
All right. Thanks for coming in just under time. So that was great, Jeff. You know, number one is kudos for the Lightning interface. You know, having these components, having these open CTI integrations within the console is the key to success, because you can view everything from one pane. I love seeing the fact that you've got the CTI. You're able to log your notes and do everything within one screen. So that's pretty cool. Andrew, what other questions do we have from the audience?
All right, so question we have is, does Ingenious work with omni-channel, and what phone systems do you guys work with?
Sure, great question. So we actually work with Cisco, Avaya, Mitel, BroadSoft, and Asterisk-based phone systems. So whether they're on-premise or hosted phone systems, we can do the integration, and it's a single connection to the phone switch. Nice and simple, and we do it in less than an hour over a GoToMeeting to get you up and running. In terms of omni-channel, yes, we are integrated with omni-channel to provide the phone presence and to control the work that gets pushed to the users as well.
Great, thank you.
That's great. It's music to a lot of people's ears that you can do an integration. I've known several customers where they've hired providers and it's taking them weeks to actually get the connection for the phone switch working. So great job on that. Thank you very much. So Mr. Grosse, over to you for our next contestant.
Yeah, over to me for something really fun and a little bit different from what you guys are used to seeing. I've got Level 11, and they are a sales activity management system that accelerates the return on investment in Salesforce and your sales teams, personalizing scoreboards, allowing VPs of sales to engage salespeople in the behaviors that matter and build a culture all about performance. And with me today, Bob Marsh. Let's see what you got, Bob.
Great. Thank you, Jeff, of course, for the perfectly unscripted introduction. That was perfect. You nailed it. So thanks everybody for having me. I'm going to talk about sales activity management today. So this concept is built off the premise and understanding that the very best salespeople are not successful because they have some magic closing move or the perfect relationship. It's because they have the discipline to stay focused on the right activities day in and day out that result in closing more business. The problem is that your natural ones, those who do it right, represent a very small proportion of your entire base of sellers. So what Level 11 does is helps get more ROI out of the existing investment in your salespeople. So we're looking at right here in Salesforce, and this is our scorecard component that can be dropped onto any page throughout Salesforce. We have it on the home page here. I, as a seller, can see my individual metrics and how I'm doing. So the blue dot indicates to me, am I behind pace, on pace, or ahead of pace? So you see in this example, I'm doing pretty good on all my metrics, but I got to pick it up on my connects or phone calls in order to drive more of the downstream results that I need to see. If I'm a manager, I can scroll through the different selling roles that report under me, by say account executives or my sales development team, and see a summary of how everybody is doing. If I jump into the scorecard manager, so if I pop into this tab, I, as a sales manager, again, can look at the different roles that report up to me and see how the team is doing collectively. So here I can see across my 4 critical metrics that we've set exactly what's happening across the team. If I click into anyone in particular, I can specifically see how people are doing over time and how we're pacing for the day. If I can look at a historical snapshot to see exactly how we've been doing over the course of time and see a sense of who are our top people over the course of time and compared to everybody else. As a manager, I can also jump over to see everybody in my team, and we have this everybody ranked through what we call our Level 11 Performance Index, which is a composite score that's weighted across the different sales activities I want to manage my team around. So let's say, as an example, I'm walking into a one-on-one meeting with Cheryl. I can grab her scorecard data and see exactly what she's looking at so that we can have a truly objective coaching discussion. And again, I can go through my individual metrics. We have something called a waterline, so I can see that's a little bit of a long time period. But if I look at somebody, I can see, hey, I always want their pipeline to be above this
30 seconds.
Above this waterline, and this is something that clearly we've been up and down with a little bit here on Cheryl, providing an excellent coaching opportunity. So that is, I can also take any of this data and broadcast it up onto a TV monitor around the office. As you mentioned, Jeff, creating that culture performance can be making sure everybody's visible to see exactly the metrics that the whole team is focused on. So again, take that data, broadcast it up on the TVs and any of these metrics inside Salesforce, and I can see exactly how the team is doing and performing to their individual numbers to keep everybody generating results.
All right, good job. And actually, it's funny because I didn't pick up from just reading about you guys before what Level 11 really is, but it makes sense because you're turning it up to 11. And I also like how your progress bar goes up to 11 on that as well. It's kind of clever. So what I like about this, first off, Bob, is I really like the fact that you've got this stuff embedded inside of the home components of Salesforce. So you're in the Lightning interface. We can go ahead and see exactly what's happening from any place within Salesforce, but then also being able to broadcast that up on a TV is amazing. And using the colors, the charts, the indicators, it's dynamic. And even that waterline, being able to see that, to be able to understand this person's kind of had a little bit of a rocky performance. It's not been completely up above. It's not been below. It's been kind of up and down both. And it looks like we've even got announcements that'll come up and blare in your face. I don't know if we can control lights with that, but that'll be the next thing. So good job with that. Andrew, do we have some questions to send over to Bob?
Yeah, the question was around that sort of projecting onto the TV. Wondering if you could expand on that a little bit more and give the audience a little more information about what exactly that could potentially entail.
Sure. Yeah. So the TV service allows you to take any data that you have in Channel 11 or in Level 11, which could be any individual scorecard metric. So any of these individual numbers that are here for any profiles across my team, and I can broadcast that data onto the TV. And there's multiple formats, like you got a graph, line graph. You can run a contest inside of here and put that data up on the TVs. In addition, a new feature we've recently released is that you can go grab any Salesforce report and grab the data off of that and also broadcast it up on the TVs. And then, as you saw, I didn't expect it, so sorry for the interruption, you can identify any action that happens inside Salesforce and have a screen splash go off in real time at the moment that it occurs. So the clear slide demo earlier was a great example. Maybe someone finishes a live pitch and they hit save, and it can blast it up on the TV monitor to say, hey, John just secured a great meeting with a key prospect.
That's awesome. And yeah, I mean, even the stock ticker going across the bottom, it's just great to be able to broadcast that information, make it simple. And frankly, I haven't seen many people who've been able to do that out there with Salesforce data yet. So congratulations to you. Good job on the demo, Bob. Now, over to Joshua for our final contestant today.
So by decreasing time spent territory planning, driving, and tracking field activities. Today joins with us, we've got Cam from Map Anything, and they're going to show us exactly how to map anything. Cam, you're out there?
Yes, I'm here.
Sizzle. All right, over to you. You've got 3 minutes starting now.
Great. Thank you, Joshua. I'm a solution engineer with Map Anything, but for the next 3 minutes, I'm going to be an outside sales rep traveling to Charlotte. And for this example, I'm going to Charlotte for a very specific reason, and that reason, luckily, is in Salesforce. So what I can do in Map Anything is I can actually import any events I have set up. So I know those outside sales reps definitely have meetings set. My particular one is the Panthers versus Saints Thursday night football matchup tonight. So I'm going to that game, but while I'm in Charlotte, I definitely want to make the best use of my day. So I'm going to start off by overlaying a little bit of data. I'm going to start off with my opportunity pipeline. It works in a very similar way as Salesforce reporting. I choose the object. I can filter based on any criteria. I can visualize it, and then I can color code based on any criteria. So let's say for this example, I want to focus on those opportunities that are closest to close. I can cancel a couple out there, but that's not quite enough. Maybe I want to overlay some leads as well. I can overlay my leads by rating. So this is kind of a similar idea, except now I'm looking at leads color-coded by that rating field. Again, let's filter it down to hot, only hot leads. I can click on one of these leads, get a quick glance of information. I can even take Salesforce actions, access a lot of things there, log calls, send emails, set tasks or events straight from the map. I can even pull up a list view. So if you have inside sales reps or BDRs who are calling and qualifying these leads for your outside reps, that's very easy for them to work together. But let's say we still don't have quite enough. I have 3 or 4 opportunities. Maybe I set a couple meetings with those leads. I also want to look at my current customers. So now I'm looking at accounts, and you can filter it down just like you would a standard report, right? Account type equals customer, and then I'm color coding it based on that revenue. So now I want to filter down to only those highest revenue accounts. I can again click on one of these pins, see that field information. I'll point out this is a live reflection in Salesforce, so I can update these fields right from the map, and they update in Salesforce. I have actions, I have chatter, so I can access chatter straight from this page as well as the chatter publisher actions. So if I want to create new opportunities, new events, or anything like that, I can do that right from this page, as well as related lists. It allows you to see related objects, whether they're contacts, activities, or even opportunities straight from this page as well. And for those people who are traveling, being able to see a quick forecast on the weather is great as well. So now we've gone through, and I want to create these and add them to a route. I can grab any number of them, right-click, and using our mass actions, I can add them all to a route. So I have, starting at my Charlotte office, through about 9 different stops. I can turn on my time-based routing, and when I optimize this, it's going to take into account those set meeting times and meeting lengths. I can even put in meeting times so that it really is, it's not just a route optimization tool. It really turns to a schedule optimization tool. I'm going to fill in my day around those set meetings. So you can see I'm starting at the Charlotte office, and I'm going to all my events, and I'm going to make it to the Panthers game by 6:12, which gives me plenty of time to tailgate a little bit. So overall, in 3 minutes, we've planned an entire day to meet with opportunities, leads, and customers. And what that means is it makes you as efficient as possible in the field, which means less time planning and driving and more time doing what's important, and that's selling. Thank you.
Wow, this is definitely jam-packed there, Cam. I mean, you showed a lot in this demo. I think if you go to any person that manages any field accounts and you say you can plan your day in less than 3 minutes and make it to Panthers game, they're going to be ecstatic. So kudos for the lightning. The best thing that I saw in the interface is great, which is about if you're going to go to these places, you should make sure that it's not raining, especially if you're doing a door-to-door metrics. So the ability to show the weather is kind of like a goose egg or an Easter egg, as they call it, within the application. But this is some great stuff. Andrew, what questions do we have from the audience?
Yeah, a question around Salesforce One and just sort of talking about mobile a bit. Could you give us some more information on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we work well with Salesforce One. We're just another one of those mobile tabs. You can actually take these routes, these events that you save. I can save this route onto my Salesforce One calendar and pull it up while I'm in the field. I have access to all the same actions within Salesforce, so I can log my calls, log my on-site meetings, and it'll actually export you to your native GPS application to give you turn-by-turn directions as well. So really anything you would need to want to be able to do within Salesforce One, you can do in Map Anything as well.
Amazing. Great. Thanks, Cam, for your time today. Great demo. And so we're going to switch it up and go to some announcements while we give everyone else the time to vote. So
Exactly.
Andrew's going to, there you go. Go ahead. Jeff.
Yeah, no, it's great. So appreciate you guys, everybody sticking around. And by the way, there's actually a prize to be given away for everybody who's been sticking around through the end of this as well. Somebody will be drawn for a gift card. So everybody who's stuck around, your name is in the hat, as it were, and you'll be notified later today if you're the winner of that. But right now is the time for you guys to go in and vote for who you liked best from all of our, of course, it had to be an announcement now, all of our demos today, and these were great. What I really liked about this, guys, overall, is seeing Lightning interface, seeing the Lightning components, seeing Salesforce One, because these apps make your teams so much more productive, and by being able to have all these apps out there on every interface that your folks are using, including big screen TVs, that's brilliant. So just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about some other events going on here. Actually, I'm going to turn it over to Joshua to tell everybody about what was going on today over in Paris.
I'm coming to you from Paris this evening or afternoon, depending where you are. It's about 7:30 or half 7 over here. And, we had the amazing French Touch Streaming today that was very well attended, put on by one of our fellow MVPs, Jean-Michel, who was definitely leading the crew and Salesforce folks over there. We had Holly from the community, and we also had Peter Coffey. Those are the two keynote speakers. We did a demo jam on stage, so we had 4 people there. It was just an action-packed event. And these demo jams on the road are just exciting, the ones that you can attend here like we're doing today. So if you've got a road show going on in your community, or you're going to a Salesforce World Tour event, definitely do make sure you check out the demo jam, because we've got a couple of additional sessions coming up. They're actually on the screen right now. We've got, Jeff, I think you said there's something going on in New York,
yeah.
Right?
New York, exactly. December 15th, there are going to be two demo jams going on out there. So that is some exciting stuff. And guys, if you guys didn't get a chance to make it to all the demo jams that happened at Dreamforce, those videos are up right now on the Dreamforce app. If you go into there and go to the chatter record for each of the different demo jams going on, you can go out and see exactly what happened there and how they all performed. And then it came down to one master demo jam, the mega demo jam at the end, where we had one grand winner who received a new prize that was different from any other prize given out before. So we really appreciate all of you guys attending this, and this is a recurring thing that happens every third Thursday of the month. We hope that you plan your month with having us in mind for every third Thursday to join us wherever you guys are around the world. But you know what? Anytime you miss the demo jam, you can always go back out and watch it on YouTube. So we appreciate you guys' participation and the questions you guys send in as well. So Joshua, tell me, do we have a winner now? Are we ready to announce it?
We absolutely do, Jeff. So
Let's
congratulations. The Demo Jam winner for the Small Business Demo Jam is Map Anything. Congratulations.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Great job, Cam, for pulling off Map Anything. Just want to give everyone a heads up. The dates for the next demo jams are on your screen right now. So we've got Sales App on December 15th, and we're also doing the New York thing as well. So we have 2 demo jams, one virtual, one in person. We've got Marketing Apps January 26th and the Community Apps for February 16th. So please do save the dates on all of those. With that, we want to thank you, thank everyone for participating today, and remind you that you can look at all of the previous content, previous demo jams, and also upcoming dates on our website, www.salesforce www.appdemojam.com. Jeff, anything else before we close out?
Nothing more from me, but I'm going to turn it over to Andrew for the final words before we sign off for today.
All right. Thank you. Congratulations to Map Anything. Thank you, Jeff and Josh, for hosting. If you want to watch the replay or send this off to anyone that you think might want it, you can always check out our YouTube channel. It will be up in the next 24 hours. And appdemojam.com is where you can send people to sign up to be part of the regular Demo Jam list. I think Jeff and Josh did a good job of telling you when the next ones are and why you should join. So thanks everyone for joining, and we will see you next time on Demo Jam.
See you next month, guys. Bye-bye.